Welcome back, Taurus. This is your Taroscope reading for February the 24th through to March the 2nd, 2014. So before I begin, I would really like to take a moment to thank everybody for the love you've sent me, the healing prayers that you've sent me. I'm doing much better, a little bit more stamina every day. I will get back to every one of you. I guess the Mercury retrograde really pulled me back, and regardless of what I wanted to get done in the last week plus, that I took the time to meditate, and one of the things I meditated on were, just how wonderful and special you people are in my life, and how much you mean. So, thank you very much. So let's get to our reading this week, because it is quite an exciting reading, and I do believe that we have a lot of cards that did show up last week, showing up again this week, which means that it's really just solidifying the message. I think as we reach towards the very end of this week coming, and going into next week, that you're really going to be going into a new direction. Really, this week is all about clarifying the last moments of clarifying all those things in our life. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles was last week as well, and really talking about making sure you've got those minute details. I really think this has to do with work, finances, setting your goals, looking towards things. I think last week was really a lot about a revelation that there was so much more for you out there in the world that really was within your grasp and within your reach that maybe you hadn't seen till now, and that veil's kind of lifting for you, and you're seeing it. So this week really has the energy behind it of really thinking out your minute steps, your details, what you really want to do, what avenues are opening up for you, really exploring all those ideas, those opportunities coming your way, really reaching a balance in your life. We have Temperance. So a little bit of the Aquarian energy left here of thinking outside the box in order to to step into your truth. I think there's going to be a really big shift for you coming very soon. And not so much this week, although you might be able to feel a little bit towards the end of this week. I think next week's horoscope, I think I better do blocks of like 20 minutes or something here, because there's just that much information is right on the horizon here in these readings. We have the Devil card. So, very much telling me that you are going to be burning away all that old you, and leaving those ashes behind, and the new you coming out and standing your truth and standing your ground. And, it's going to be like you've always gone into this room and you've always had this beautiful candlelight in order to enjoy your room and the beauty of your room. And I think it's going to be like you get this light switch, and all of a sudden you can see the whole room so much clearly, and all the avenues that you really didn't think were available to you. I really think that your aspirations are really going to be changing this week. New ideas are going to be coming forward. Nine of Pentacles, was this not last week as well? Standing in your truth and your beauty, a new day is dawning for you. How beautiful. Your work is good. It's better than good. And, to really appreciate who you are and the miracle of who you are. I think we all forget that we are, in fact, miracles ourselves. And, there's 1,000 miracles happening every day. And they might all be small, but when you start to pay attention to them, It really opens up your eyes to the beauty of the world. We have the Emperor. So very much you sitting and not having lofty ideas. The Emperor is not about lofty ideas, but he is a man of vision. And the counterpart would be the Empress, having vision for the future, and really seeing what you can do. I mean, this is very much an Aries energy of I will and I can and I will do. And I see you sitting on top of your world. And I think all of those cards coming into play has to link up with the Four of Swords, which I think we had last week as well. And so this is being grateful for the miracle you are. Being grateful to your God, your universe, your spirit guides, your angels, of all that you have, all your gifts, all your beauty, and giving thanks for it. And, having that deep communication this week, a connection with your God, or a reconnection perhaps. We should always have that connection. We should always have that ongoing dialogue every day in our lives. But I really see this week as being very vitally important in order for you to receive messages that you're going to need in order to go forward. I think you're really going to be heading a fork in the road coming very soon, maybe the beginning of March. And, I think that connection is going to be your light switch. So, turning on that light switch. Now, we have the Four of Pentacles overriding the whole week, okay? So really looking at perhaps your losses, what you didn't do right, where you could have done better, okay? And, you really do need to understand that there was no better. You did the best you can under the situations. Sometimes as we look back upon our lives after having a couple of more years of knowledge, or maybe decades of knowledge, and we have this illusion that perhaps we could have made different choices. And trust me, we always make the best choices for ourselves at the time. They're the choices that were meant to be. Those were the choices in order to teach us our lessons, so that we could have the knowledge and the wisdom going forward on our path. So when you're looking at those lessons, put the hurt away. Very important for you to put the hurt away and to celebrate the lesson we have underneath it, the Three of Cups. So celebrating your lessons, taking the joy of the lesson and applying it, and using that wisdom and that strength to go forward. We have the Ace of Wands again. That was last week as well. I think in really redefining who you are as a person, what you want to do. I think it's very career-centered, and I think it's very work-related, although, there are undertones of relationships also here. So it's all-encompassing, Taurus. Maybe strengthening yourself through partnerships. We have the Two of Cups. So if you're with somebody, lean on conversations with them, communication with them. I think it's going to be giving you aha moments about yourself. And I think this isn't the first week that I'm saying this to you. It sounds very familiar, although I would have to go back in the readings. That through communications with others, you realize your strength, your beauty, your inner truth just shining out. Remember that the light. And we have, well, I don't want to jump ahead. We'll jump ahead, okay? Towards the end of the week, the sun. So walking through your new gateway and the light illuminating your path. And you have to remember that you are that light. That light is not from coming from the outer inner. It's your inner light shining, and your beauty and your truth leading the way in your path and setting every footstep for you. It's really just beautiful. Now, if you're not with somebody, I think very much that somebody might be being pulled in your direction. That give you clarification to who you are, to give you that inner knowledge, that aha moment, to send messages your way through people, partnerships. If you're in a relationship, you're going to have some beautiful moments that I think are really going to give you aha moments on your true beauty, your true light, and you being able to see that light shining. I think it's going to be an incredible week for you. And I think you're going to have new friends and new commitments. Your aspirations changing. Your new ideas going forth. Who you are, what you stand for, what you want to do. And I think as you go into March, I think you're going to be going on a path, and that path is going to depend on the work that you've done over the last several weeks and months, clarifying who you are and your truth, and how you sit in your truth, and how you sit upon your world, and how you define you. And I think a lot of clarity is coming to you, and it's exciting. So until next week, remember, I love you.